Well, hey folks, welcome back to another Green Mountain vlog, or I suppose if this is your first one, thanks for taking a chance, giving it a click. Generally there's no metal detecting in these vlogs, it's just kind of a behind the scenes look at what goes into making the videos, little adventures with my family, just the updates about what's going on with me. I think things are finally starting to calm down for my little microphone business. Christmas and New Year's set me so far behind, I was completely inundated with orders. I'm starting to finally catch up and have a little bit more free time. Unfortunately, fortunately, Chris's furlough is over. He's back to work, which means progress on our album has stopped again. But we're both kind of writing independently, sending each other emails with the things that we've been working on, and we'll get back to work on that very, very soon, I'm sure. I have not seen Eddie since before Christmas. He is incredibly busy. I was busy from Christmas time. In fact, I have all of the gifts that all of you very generous viewers sent him over here waiting for him for the next time I see him. Not sure when that's going to be. Soon, I hope. Generally, I'll try to metal detect through the winter, but a few weeks ago we got over a foot of snow. Like many in the Northeast did, I know. And unfortunately, in the higher elevations where I like to do my metal detecting, it's still there. It's mostly gone down in town, but I've not really been able to do any metal detecting since, I guess early December. It's been well over a month now, and I'm feeling the itch. Hopefully soon some of this will melt and I'll be able to get out there and make some more videos. With this kind of free time that I have, on top of the research for places to metal detect in the coming 2021 season, I've been doing more sewing. I made my first backpack out of leather and canvas a few weeks ago, and I've already taken that all apart to experiment with some improvements on that. The little Singer sewing machine that my mom gave me that I was using to sew this, it was having such a hard time getting through the leather that I purchased probably the most expensive tool I've ever bought in my entire life. I got a Cobra Class 18 industrial sewing machine, which is not here yet. It's coming on freight in probably 2 or 3 weeks. And I am so excited to be able to not only do kind of more backpack type stuff, apparel stuff, but also speed up the production time on the things I'm already offering for sale on the gmmd.us, the journal covers and the holsters for pinpointers and diggers. Hopefully speeding up production so much so that I'm able to offer more leather products, not necessarily related to metal detecting. Wallets, bags, things of that nature. If you folks are interested in something in particular, please write me an email and I'll see if it's possible for me to make. But backpacks and possibly even metal detector bags like the one I carry will likely be on the menu. So really not much has been going on the last couple weeks. I'm getting caught up on the microphones. It has been bitter cold, so I don't really have a ton of footage from these last 2 weeks. So I thought that for the first time ever, I would give a short, not comprehensive little tour of some of the relics and coins and stuff that I've accumulated over the years in the hobby of metal detecting. I just have some of it out, and it's just the stuff that the landowners did not keep, but I get so many questions for people to see this, so we're going to show you that now. Okay, so most of my displays are in this hallway that comes down into my workshop up into the house. And right off on the left here we have some metal detectors. I think there are 2 AT Pros and AT Max, the Ace Apex. I have some others in my closet, and my Deus is in my shoulder bag that's up there. Since I do make holsters for pinpointers and diggers, these are all brand new, never used pinpointers and diggers of all different brands. Actually, I take that back. This one appears to be used. But we have all different kinds of brands so that I can, make sure that these holsters that I'm making actually fit the pinpointers that you folks are using. And then this up here is my humble attempt at doing my best at keeping track of where all of this stuff that I find came from. You can see all of these crayon holders are numbered, and inside this book is the numbers and the GPS points and the contact information for landowners and everything that you would need to know about where this stuff came from. You know, eventually I will be gone, this stuff will remain, and the next person needs to know where this stuff came from, so I keep track of all of that. This case here is mostly my favorite, most memorable coins. I'm not going to talk about every single one, but the Fujios are in here, Connecticut coppers, counterfeits, people may remember these, silver counterfeits that I found. Russian ruble was one of my first silver coin finds, one of my most memorable for sure. Moving on down, a bunch of silver coins. Most of them are Spanish, but there's some barbers and seeded stuff in there as well. This is another little counterfeit. And then moving on down some more, these are relics that I find particularly interesting. Some of them are old jewelry. This is the silver artifact that I teased in the 2020 wrap-up video. We'll talk more about that once the video posts. And then these, you know, the military buttons that I've been allowed to take home. All different eras. This is actually an 1800s police button, which I found before I started filming. This case with 6 seeded dimes, 4 Indian head pennies, and a nickel all came from one spot. This is probably one of the first videos that I've kept on the channel. By far the biggest coin spill I've ever found, displayed all together like this. My little cannonball with 1812 artillery button found at the same site. A picture of myself holding my 53 buckle, which I unfortunately no longer have, so I have the photo of it. I made a leather strap for all of my Crodel bells, all my jingle bells. On this top shelf is a bunch of little bottles that I found over the years. I have some padlocks and keys, my gold coin, and my Vermont copper, so that I can see them front and center as I walk down into the workshop. On that shelf we've got some bells, other miscellaneous stuff, a toy gun that I found many years ago now. The shelf below are a lot of my shoe buckles that I've been allowed to bring home. Some of my thimbles, I found an old fishing reel, another bell. My real revolver next to an old powder flask, got scissors. And then over here I have some of the iron artifacts that I found and put back on handles. That's a colonial axe head, a hatchet and a hammer, and some of the antler sheds that I found out in the woods. These knives here I did not find metal detecting. These were my father's hunting and everyday carry knives and my grandfather's hunting and everyday carry knives. I had them put in a shadow box so that I could enjoy them walking down into the workshop. And on this wall I have a ton of local maps, very local maps, which I am not going to show for privacy reasons. But I will show this massive Vermont map, which is very detailed, and you can see how big it is. And that's about it. I look at all of this stuff every day when I walk down into the workshop, and one of these days I'm going to have to add some more shelves because I've got a lot more that should be displayed. Well, I hope you enjoyed that little tour. Again, it's not comprehensive. All of those little boxes contains interesting things and treasures, which maybe you've seen in previous videos. And I've got stuff kind of scattered throughout the house and in safes as well. But that's the bulk of it. And if things ever kind of cycle around, I'll make another one of these and we'll take a second look. We'll Today we're on a little adventure. We're going on a hike in the woods through the Bradford Putnam wetlands.
They look like this used to be underwater.
Some of it was underwater, you're right. There were springs here and they were drinking water for the people in Bennington. But they don't use this for drinking water anymore. But there's our little map. We're gonna go see if we can find all those old cisterns. Look over here, Bentley. There's some old stonework through there. You see it? A little pillar. I think we're gonna see lots of that.
I had to show you that.
What?
It's that.
You think it's the same thing?
Yeah.
Might be. Cool. All right, let's go walk through the woods. A little house?
Yeah. You see that?
I see it. Wonder what that's all about.
Wonder who lives in there.
Oh, I don't think anybody lives in there. There's probably pumps in there, or there used to be. We're pumping water. Oh, look, a bridge. Careful, it's probably slippery.
Our water's not frozen.
No, it's got to get really cold for moving water to freeze. Hasn't been cold enough yet.
Look at that ice there.
Yeah, don't step on that. You'll fall right through. So Bentley, all of this water right here, it's coming bubbling out of the ground, out of a spring.
Why?
Well, that's why this place is special, because all the water comes right out of the ground. Nice, fresh, clean drinking water. There's a fork in the road. We're right here. This is where we are. So we can go this way or this way.
This way.
All right. We have been cooped up in the house for too long, so we just had to get out today and go for a walk. It's well below freezing today. It's quite cold, but you know what? We're outside. We're having a good time.
And being cold.
Being cold and seeing cool stuff.
There's a dam.
A dam? You think beavers did that? I think maybe a chainsaw did that. There's green plants on the top of the water.
A swamp.
It kind of looks like a swamp, doesn't it?
There's little baby lily plants there.
Baby lily pads?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure what those are. Oh, look at that, an owl. Oh, he was big. Did you see him going? It was like a big barred owl. Let's try to be quieter. Maybe we'll see more animals. So it looks like they took the cistern out.
It's raining snow. Oh.
You stuck on the prickers? There you go.
Oh.
Oh, there's, I think those are crows over there flying around. This is pretty cool.
Come on, Dad.
I'm coming. Look at all these cattails. You want to break this cattail open? Check it out. See if I can. Oh! Oh!
Better be careful.
Thank you. It didn't really explode. Sometimes they really poof. Be quiet, maybe we'll be able to spot a deer or a moose or a coyote.
When I was trying to a moose fall.
Or a Sasquatch.
It's really nice and warm in here.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay. Grandpa Martin always used to talk about how it was always warmer in the woods in the wintertime and cooler in the woods in the summertime. I think he's right. Well, we've got another cistern here. Or where there used to be a cistern. Careful, that's ice, you'll break right through it. Look, this one's about spotted salamanders. Oh yeah, they get really big. They're probably all frozen in the mud right now, though. What'd you find? Roots. That's a blowover.
What does that mean?
Oh, those are roots of a tree that got blown over by the wind.
Actually, how that's rock got stuck in the roots?
Well, when trees grow, their roots grow too. And sometimes they wrap around rocks and they pick them right up when they fall over. And you know what happens sometimes? Is this tree will rot away to nothing, and there'll be a little pile of rocks on the ground. And people often wonder what those little pile of rocks are all about. And they're just a spot where a tree used to be.
It's really cool.
You think so?
This is pine cone.
You think a squirrel hid that there, coming back for it?
We'll take it.
Look at this, Bentley. See right here?
Yeah.
This water is coming right out of the ground right here. Bubbling right out.
Not clean.
Well, it doesn't look clean because there's sticks and stuff in there, but... Did you hear that?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what that was?
Owl.
It was that barred owl we saw earlier. He was loud.
Yeah.
All right, let's keep walking. There's the owl. See him? The crows are trying to scare him away. They don't want him in their forest, I guess.
Oh, us.
They don't want us here either.
Uh-huh.
You might be right. It's kind of an unbelievable story, but earlier this year, I spotted a barred owl walking into the woods metal detecting, and he followed me around all day, hooting at me. And on the way home, I got in my car and started driving, and he actually flew alongside the car for a couple seconds. Kind of a special bird. Maybe this one will follow us around today. What's on that? Here, I'll wipe it off with my handkerchief here. Cistern number 1. That's where it used to be. Alright, kid, let's keep going. Look, Bentley. You know what these are?
No.
These things right here. These are called rush.
What is rush?
It's kind of a plant. It's round. Rushes are round. These are special because back in colonial times, they would soak these in something. I don't know if it was wax or fat. Candles were expensive, so they would burn these for light. And in fact, a bunch of old candle holders would have a little clip for holding rush lamps. Is this the last cistern? The cistern isn't here anymore. They took all the concrete and stuff out, but this is where it was. This is another spring. The water just bubbles out of the ground.
Not anymore.
Yeah, it's still coming. That water's still flowing. Otherwise, it would have frozen over. You know, the pond near our house is all frozen over now, huh? Yeah. Not this one, though. Well, I think that we are back to the beginning again, kid.
Cool.
Well, it was cold, but did you have fun, Bentley?
Uh-huh.
Good. Me too. What do you say? Should we go home and have some hot cocoa?
Yeah.
Let's do it.